Jonathan Kuminga might be the brightest star in the entire NBA because he has nowhere to go but up. I mean that quite literally. He has the perfect mold of a player, and he has only started his dominant run over the NBA. This season, after he got a haircut and beefed with Steve Kerr for a bit, he averaged over 20 points per game on 60% field goal shooting and really just extremely good defense. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how this leap happened, why no one really noticed this until this season, and how he's going to keep on improving and really make the Warriors a much better team come next season time. Because, I mean, Jonathan Kuminga, he's special. He's a one of one prospect, and I don't think we've ever really seen anything like him, at least in the modern NBA. But I do have some classic NBA comparisons for those of you who know ball. And you know what? This video gets interesting. So just stick around and let's get right into it. First things first, we need to talk about how well Kuminga is adapted to this Warriors roster, because in the past few years, let's just say that's shaken around quite a bit, and he hasn't always had the opportunity to play and prove himself. I mean, he joined the Warriors back when he was, I'm pretty sure the 2021-22 season, which is when the Warriors actually won the NBA championship. And he didn't play a single minute in the NBA Finals. He wasn't even one of the walk-on scrubs at the end. He didn't play one singular minute, and he became the youngest player to ever win an NBA championship. Honestly, it wasn't too impressive. He has a chip under his belt, but since he did nothing towards it, does it really count? However, since then, he's progressed, and he's progressed a lot, because this season alone, he averaged 16 points per game. But you know what? Those numbers aren't exactly accurate, because he was only averaging 12 points per game until about midway through the season, when Steve Kerr finally woke up and started playing the guy more. And honestly, he just started going absolutely crazy. He averaged 26 and 4 for the second half of the season and was literally the life of the Warriors. I mean, without him, I don't think this Warriors team would have even made it to the play-in. I think that they will have lost the 11th seed by the end of the season to probably the Rockets. But to be honest, it's not only him. It's also the other young guys on the team. And because of those other young guys, Kuminga doesn't have all the pressure on him to play. There's also some on Pajemski. There's some on Moody. There's some on Trace Jackson Davis. And, Kuminga isn't really guarded heavily because obviously you have Steph Curry, and at least you had Klay Thompson, because Klay, he's going to draw a ton of defenders to him for his catch and shoot, even if it's an off night. And Steph Curry, well, we all know Steph Curry. He's just the greatest shooter ever. He has the most gravity ever in the NBA. He's just a phenomenal player. Additionally, on this team, you do have Wiggins, and I'm talking last season. You have Chris Paul. Chris Paul, great playmaker, like the best of all time, I would argue, and Andrew Wiggins. Those are the main guys. Now, I think that Kuminga is going to take over the role of Andrew Wiggins this season. Because, okay, look, while Kuminga is not fully developed, he's already better than Andrew Wiggins. It's clear that he has more work ethic and can just do better than Wiggins when he's on the court. And we see that by the effort that he puts in. He picks up people literally at full court. He's going to be hounding at defense, and then he'll go back on offense and hit some crazy reverse windmill. He has all the athletic tools. He's tall. He can jump really high. He has a huge wingspan. He has good lateral agility. Honestly, he has the build to be a perfect player. In fact, if I had to give an NBA comparison Right now, oh, that's actually kind of tough. I would say Paul George, but without the handles and 3 point shot just yet. A more athletic Paul George without handles and 3 point shot. Or basically, Paul George before he broke his leg in that Olympics team. That sounds pretty good to me. I mean, another Paul George on our team. I like the sound of that. Kuminga has just been great recently, and to be honest, it only looks like he's going to develop. However, we must look at it from a pessimistic standpoint because, as we all know, players don't always develop like they're supposed to. Kuminga is poised to have his best season ever this season. He should be jumping up to about a 23 points per game season with a few more rebounds and a few more assists with better shooting. However, it might not happen. And if it doesn't happen, he's just going to shift to the role of an Aaron Gordon, which could be really bad. But I do have faith in the young Kuminga. And honestly, I think that he's one of the most underrated players in the entire NBA right now. I mean, to be totally honest, there's no young player that's really coming too close to him. He's just absolutely taken over the entire NBA, and I mean, people don't like him for that. There's a lot of resistance from the NBA community about him, saying that he's not actually that good of a player. He doesn't deserve all this hype. He's just an overhyped Aaron Gordon. But if you look at it deeper, he's only still 21, 22 years old. He's only going to progress from here. And honestly, calls aren't going his way. He's being called for too many fouls a night, and people aren't being called for fouls on him. I mean, I swear I see a foul that is committed against him every other play, and it just doesn't get called. As he grows in the NBA, refs are going to be more likely to give him those favorable calls, and that's good. He, I mean, this season, his free throw shooting was abysmal. But as time goes on, he'll surely develop that. And that just means that he's going to add a few more points per game to his averages. Not bad, and additionally, just being a winning player, it seems like he's on a Giannis type arc for his career, and I'm all for that. I mean, every other night I just see flashy plays, I see lobs, I see dunks, and it's wonderful. I think that he's going to be the NBA's next star, but that's just my take. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, please like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.